Hey, local garden Queens here. I want to take you on a garden tour. This is garden number 2. This is not my garden. I'm helping with this. It's located in Brooklyn. There's 9 raised garden beds. They were put in last spring. Let's take a look what we have. So the first bed, not much going on except one lettuce plant that's sprouted. I think that's about it. Here's a mound. Planted some old sprouted onions from the house here. And again, that's about it. Maybe there's some plans for this bed. We'll see what happens in the future. Here's another bed with green onions. They've been here for years now. They keep dropping seeds and keep coming up. I just transplanted them into the beds when I put them in. This is a lot of kale here. You have some red lettuce. And I planted some Swiss chard as well, as you can see in the corner here. And some here. Swiss chard. Another bed, green onions in the front as well, and we have some eggplants, not looking too good, and some Scotch bonnet peppers. We'll have to see how they progress. They were planted a little early. I think the cold didn't agree with them. We'll see what happens. These are potatoes. They were sprouting in the house, so they were planted out. We'll dig them up, probably a month, maybe a month and a half. We'll see how they did. Here's another trellis raised garden bed. There's some transplanted kale here. And one lone sugar snap pea. Here's another bed, not much coming out so far. I think it's planned for summer crops. We'll see what comes up when I do an update. Here's another trellis bed. Usually long bean grows here in the summer. This in the corner here is some Carilla. And another Carilla here with some sugar snaps climbing the trellis. And next to this bed, you see some strawberries. This is kind of a herb garden. We have some chamomile here. Some chamomile. It's going to be flowering soon. Also mixed in, we have some cilantro. It's actually bolting already. Came up early here. This part of the garden gets a lot of sun, so I guess it warmed up quick. Strawberries mixed in. All the strawberries are flowering. Soon they'll be ready. Here's the next bed. I'm not sure what the plans for this bed are. But this is another trellis here. And you can see the sugar snaps climbing. Next to it, we have garlic and eggplant. So actually, most of this bed was garlic, and I don't know if it was animals or it just didn't survive, but half of it didn't make it. Planted the garlic maybe early March, but the ones that did, we'll see how they do. The eggplant looks very good, looking healthy. This is a Bok Choy bed here. A lot of Bok Choy, probably more to come. Need to transplant some. I don't know what the summer plans are, but that Bok Choy is gonna, if it's not picked, it's gonna bolt probably a month or so. Here's another bed. So we have Bok Choy in the front, potatoes, and overwintered carrots. They came back. This is zone 7B, and they survived. Look very healthy. I'm looking forward to them flowering this year, hopefully. Here's a compost area. So this compost, this is its third year. It's finished. Normally it's covered, but it dried up, so we had some rains, we uncovered it. Let me show you this compost. Some larger sticks here, but for the most part it looks very good. It's finished. This compost is in its second year. It's not as finished as the one I just showed, but it's gonna get there. Gonna get there. And here's the compost that was made this fall, or last fall I should say. It got up to 130 degrees. That was at its hottest. And there's actually Bok Choy all over this bed. See, nothing's planted here, but we got some mushrooms. There were a lot of woody debris here, and look what came up. Very good sign of healthy soil. Some more comfrey right behind the compost pile, and there's actually some potatoes sprouting in the compost pile. See what happens with that. Would be nice. Here's a nice bush of potatoes that were planted maybe in April, early April. Looks very healthy. So here's another potato bed. It's a mound, raised mound potato bed. Not as good as the one we just saw, but definitely good enough. And you have some comfrey coming up. Here's another look at the garden again. I will come back to do another tour, maybe a couple of weeks to a month, and we'll see how everything's progressing. As always, like, share, subscribe, and leave comments.